Now, ladies and gentlemen, as we speak, the former Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Honorable Gashagua, has addressed the nation via an interview that he did with the standard-owned media station KTN. And one of the key or takeaways that I have pointed out from Gashagua's interview is in regards to his statement on one former Gatundo South Member of Parliament and former Trade Cabinet Secretary and the current principal advisor to the President, Honorable Moses Kuria. Now, why have I taken these out of the whole interview of Rigathi Gachagua to speak about it? It's because allegations have been there, statements have been made on the current relationship between President William Ruto, Moses Kuria, and the whole circle of, the inner circle within the State House of the Republic of Kenya. Now, as we speak, Rigathi Gachagua has pointed out some key issues within the Kenya Kwanza administration, more so clearing his name in regards to a certain exposure that was done by President William Ruto last week in regards to how Rigathi Gachagua asked for 10 billion Kenyan shillings from William Ruto so that he would help William Ruto regain the Mount Kenya or take control of the mountain uh, after his impeachment. Now, getting down to the details, when it came to speaking about one Moses Kuria, I want to quote what the former DP had to say. Now, the former deputy president defended former cabinet secretary Moses Kuria by calling him a very brilliant mind and stating that to replace it was an insult to the people of Kiambu and Mount Kenya to replace Moses Kuria with William Kabogo in cabinet as the former, as Kabogo took over the docket of IT, replacing. We all know, we can all agree when it comes to mental capability and the people. In terms of working within the cabinet of President William Ruto, Moses Kuria was one of the brilliant minds because Kuria worked on some key things within the docket of trade when he was serving as the cabinet secretary of trade. Now, Kabogo came in as a replacement for the people of Kiambu within the cabinet of President William Ruto by being given the docket of IT, the information and technology docket. Are we together? When you look at how Kabogo has been representing the people of Kiambu and also running the docket of IT, we can all agree that Kabogo was not the right fit. Yes, Kabogo is a politician and a very good one at that. That we can't take it away from him. But when it comes to brilliant minds and even the the docket that he was given, let me ask you a question. What does Kabogo know about the docket of IT? Now let's go to the relationship between Moses Kori and Rigathi Gachagua. As of today morning, a certain statement was made by the current member of County Assembly of Kileleshwa, Honorable Robert Alai. And I want to read to you what Alai had to say in regards to Moses Kuria's statement after Rigathi Gachagua was yesterday attacked by none other than, by the goons that were hired to attack him while he attended a church service in Mwiki, that is in Kasarani constituency, led by Honorable Karaure. Now, Kuria defended Rigathi Gachagua by saying that it was ungodly in what happened to him. Now, Kuria said this, and I quote him: "This is utterly ungodly. Leave your backward and primitive political wars out of places of worship. Today was IPCA Keno reloaded. The lighting that will strike us is still loading. Pole sana Rigathi." Those were ones of one Honorable Moses Kuria yesterday after Gashagua was attacked. And then Robert Alai came in with this statement. He said, your boss, the president, attends church and then the church is attacked by goons proclaiming Itungachi. You don't condemn the attack, but you subtly accuse and attack the president of an attack the Itungati are theater staged. Moses Kuria is closeted to Wamunyoro adherent. Just come out and show your colors. I mean, Robert Alai was clearly telling Moses Kuria, Bona Moses Kuria, confess your allegiance to Itungati movement. Confess your allegiance to one Rigathi Gachagua. Stop hiding behind a closet. But it is not Moses Kuria only who made those statements. One member of parliament of Kikuyu and the current majority leader in parliament, Kimani Ichung'wah, yesterday for the first time in a very long time since Gashagua was removed from office as the DP, also made some statements in defense to Rigathi Gachagua. He defended Rigathi Gachagua and called the move of goons attacking a church service that was attended by Rigathi Gachagua barbaric and uncalled for. Are we together? Because he said that is backward mentality. The same thing that Moses Kuria said. Now, here comes one Robert Alai claiming that Moses Kuria is a Rigathi Gachagua person or a Rigathi Gachagua follower. Are we together? But we all know that Rigathi Gachagua and Moses Kuria were not falling into same category because they were all fighting on the dominance of the mountain. I mean, who really controls the Mount Kenya region? Who is the kingpin of the Mount Kenya region? It's a fight that it was two brothers trying to. I can say it was Esau and Jacob in terms of the stories of the Bible. Trying to take control of the love of their people. But you know what? Gashagua was kicked out, and that won him the Mount Kenya region sympathy, and he became the kingpin. But Moses Kuria was rewarded by President William Ruto as his principal advisor. Are we together? Economics principal advisor. Moses Kuria was an economist even before he became a member of parliament. Moses Kuria worked for a bank in Dubai, in Qatar. He worked for financial institutions all over the world before becoming a member of parliament and going ahead to become a cabinet secretary. So we all agree that he is best suited to become an economic advisor to the president. But I come to ask you this question. Why was Moses Kuria, of all the members of parliament, of all the cabinet secretaries and principal advisors to the president, missing in President William Ruto 5-day tour in the Mount Kenya region? It's a question that I want you to answer me. Why was Moses Kuria missing? The reason why Moses Kuria was missing is because Moses Kuria currently does not subscribe to William Ruto's kind of politics. It's because Moses Kuria currently has refused to sell the narrative. Kuuza William Ruto siku hizi inakuwa ni kama vile unakwenda kule katika taifa la Saudi Arabia kule Uarabuni kwenda kuuza nyama za nguruwe kule, ama kwenda kufungua biashara ya kuuza mbwa kule. Maana those people don't relate with dogs and they don't eat pork. So that is the typical business that Moses Kuria was being forced to do. So aliambia akina Farouk Kibet, Bwana Farouk and akina Dennis Situmbi, please you can go ahead and continue with your shenanigans in the mountain, but for me, count me out. And that is why when the president was supposed to visit Kiambu, where Moses Kuria comes from, Kuria wasn't even there. What could Kuria be doing that he wasn't in Kiambu? There is a certain statement that was made by one Maverick Aoko today that I will also read in regards to Moses Kuria. And before that, I want to first finish the statement of Rigathi Gachagua kuhusiana na statement ya Rigathi Gachagua kuhusiana na Moses Kuria. Now, Gashagua criticized President William Ruto for sacking Kuria and appointing him as an economic advisor, suggesting that the move was more about receiving a salary than holding any real influence. And I quote him, Moses Kuria cannot advise William Ruto. He is there to get the salary and go home, Gashagua remarked. Now, he also pointed out that Ruto's actions were part of a broader pattern of sidelining capable leaders from Mount Kenya, stating, the president didn't want a leader from Mount Kenya who has brains. That is Moses Kuria. And that's why he sacked Moses Kuria, Justin Muturi, Mithika Linturi, and Gashagua. In a vivid analogy, Gashagua likened Kuria's treatment to a wife being cast aside and brought back only to serve as a maid, calling it an insult. You cannot chase away your wife and bring her back as your maid. That's an insult, he stated. Now, when you look at it, when you start to really, resonate with Gashagua's thinking, you come into one agreement that Moses Kuria he himself knows that the president didn't mean what is good for him when he kicked out Moses Kuria as the cabinet secretary and appointed him as an economic advisor, which is just a title, by the way. He holds no influence within the circles of power under President William Ruto. Now, I want to get to diverge into a statement that was today made by one Maverick Aoko. Na ikumbukwe pia Kuria kwa sasa he is being auctioned. I want to read this. Aoko alisema hivi, Moses Kuria is getting auctioned na Equity Bank. Farouk insisted bro here has to leave his ID at the gate kama cleaner. Sugoi Mafia feel that he is no longer useful. Ruto was echoed in Kiambu. Kule Dubai deals pia Joho upstaged him. As we speak, amelewa akajikojolea juu ya stress. Now, Aoko continues by saying, kitu inauma is the name. Mwalimu anaitwa Moses. Negro, I like shares a name with this abomination. Na vile mine akona strokes ya group of schools. Umewahi ambia mtu ngoja niandike my will and statement ndio uniue basi. Amevuruga your esophagus. Hey, you know, our statement sometimes you might resonate with her, but you fail to read into what she is saying because some of our words are so how should I put it? Some of our words zinakuanga they hit the spot. Zinakuanga zingine matusi coded and all that. But one thing we all have to agree with this, that Moses Kuria and President William Ruto are not in good terms. And Moses Kuria refused to subscribe to the William Ruto's politics within the Mount Kenya region. And that is why Kuria told him, Bwana Farouk and the rest, you can go ahead, do your tour, but please count me out. And that is why they carried people like Akina Kimani Ichung'wah, brought in Cabinet Secretary Alice Wahome. But truth be told, which cabinet secretary within Moses Kuria, within President William Ruto's circles of power in the Mount Kenya region, can you compare and contrast with the influence that Moses Kuria has in the Mount Kenya region? Amna. Kusema tu kweli, nani? You know, Kuria is a politician, even though he is also a technocrat at the same time. Are we together? He is a technocrat and a politician. And that is a very dangerous combination for William Ruto. William Ruto, for the mountain, he wants politician. In his cabinet, he also wants politician. He doesn't want a politician who is a technocrat. Kuria is both a technocrat and a politician. And that's why when Gashagua and Moses Kuria's ideas align, people like Akina Robert Alai, people like Akina Farouk Kibet, people who are within the circles of President William Ruto feel threatened. People like Kimani Ichung'wah feel threatened because Kimani Ichung'wah is not a technocrat. Kimani Ichung'wah is a politician. He's a houselaker, if I may use those words. Are we together? When you look at it in the broader picture, Kuria holds the magnificent power And that is why I tell you what Gashagua made today. He called Kuria my brother. Come think with me. Come reason with me. Ni mshahara unahitaji? Kama ni mshahara, mbona you are being auctioned? I mean, as we know today, Kuria's properties in Ruaka and Juja were auctioned for millions and millions of money for failing to pay a loan from Equity Bank. Tunaweza kubaliana ya kwamba Kuria kwa sasa hayupo katika serikali ya Rais William Ruto, and he is tired. Even after the words that were made, I mean, Kuria has abstained from speaking in regards to Rigathi Gashagua's statement kwa sababu ni mambo ni karata ambayo inachezwa pale. Kuria knows what is best for him is joining hands with Rigathi Gachagua. For now, I really want to hear your comments in regards to this, because I've given you all I had. According to my analysis, Rigathi Gachagua is calling Moses Kuria to his side. I mean, come, let's reason together. Come, let's make the Mount Kenya politics what it is supposed to be. Je, rais atakubali Kuria endelee kufanya kazi naye? Maoni kwako mtazamaji, achia comment kwenye comment section. Tuungane katika video zetu zijazo. Usisahau kusubscribe. Hii ni The Kenyan Daily Report.